Okay, the next point that we are going to do is, or the next topic is first aid kit. Every office, factory, home, and school should have an accessible first aid box with the following recommended basic contents. Okay, dear students, first aid kit, as we know, that initial help that we provide to someone who is wounded or sick. So we should have a first aid kit, and this first aid kit should be available at every office, factory, home, and even the school. And the first aid kit should have the following contents. And what are the contents that a first aid kit should have? So let's get the reading of them. Number 1 point is first aid book. Clearly explain how to handle basic problems. Okay, the number 1 point is first aid kit, which must consist of the following items. It is going to tell you clearly how to handle the basic problems that you are going to face. So number one thing which is really important to be included in first aid kit, that is first aid book. Clearly explain how to handle basic problems. So first aid kit has a book which explains the methodology to treat the injured people. Like you are going to know definitely like how to handle basic problems. So to handle is infinitive over here. Number 2 point is band-aids or plaster. Band-aids or sticking plasters are good for dressing small wounds. They come in all shapes and sizes for fingers, legs, or anywhere else you might get little cuts. Make sure the band-aid is big enough to cover the wound. If not, you should use a dressing instead. Okay, the second point is band-aids or sticky plaster, and they are really very good for the dressing of small wounds. And if you have seen many wounds and many plasters where you can apply band-aids or the sticky plaster, and they are of different sizes, but you must have seen all these sticken plasters or sticky plasters in different shapes, and you have to use the size and shape of plaster according to the size of your wound, which may be on your finger or anywhere else in your body. But if you do not find any sizable sticking plaster, then what you are going to do, definitely you are going to use dressing instead, because if you do not find any sizable sticking plaster or band-aids, you are going for the dressing then. Okay, to cover is infinitive over here. You can see over here, and I hope that you are underlining all such phrases in your textbook as well. Well, dear students, the next point is elastic bandages. The elastic bandages are good for wrapping sprained. Sprained means to cause injury to a joint. Like when you get an injury in your joint, that is called sprained joints, or making a sling. Sling, like what does this word sling means? Sling means a piece of cloth for supporting or lifting in the case of a broken arm. So you must have seen if somebody or has, God forbid, a broken arm, and the doctor recommends them to have a sling. So they mostly have a sling around their neck, and then they support their broken arm on it. So the elastic bandages can be used for two purposes, as they have told you, like how we are going to use such elastic bandages. They are going to be used for two purposes. Number one, for sprained joints, and for a broken arm. Like if you have a sprained joint, you can use them. And how you are going to use them? Like you are going to apply elastic bandages to that part which is sprained, which has caused an injury in your joint. And the next purpose is you can use elastic bandage for a broken arm, and in this case you can make a sling, which means a kind of a hanging bandage you are going to put around the neck, in which a wounded arm or broken arm or hand is even supported in that sling. Okay, so this is a purpose of elastic bandages, and this is mostly used if you have a broken arm or if your joints are sprained. The next point is gauze and adhesive tape. Gauze pads or rolls are cloth pads that are placed directly on a wound to protect and control bleeding for large cuts and scrapes. You will need adhesive tape to keep the gauze in place. In an emergency, a clean cloth, hand towel, clean t-shirt can be used to cover the wound. So the next or the fourth point is gauze and adhesive tape. So gauze pads and rolls are used on the wound to keep it safe from bacteria or germs. Moreover, to control the bleeding as well, like gauze and adhesive tapes that we are going to use for what purpose, like gauze or roll that we are going to use on the wound or the part that is injured one. So we are going to keep it safe from the bacteria definitely if we are using such gauze pads or roll, and we are going to put it on the wound so that it could be kept away from all the germs or all the bacteria. Moreover, to control the bleeding, we are going to apply it like this is the purpose behind it, because we do not want any bacteria to enter, and furthermore we want to control the bleeding. So gauze pad and rolls are basically what type of material? They are of thin cloth which we directly apply on wound. And directly applying means like directly applying does not mean that if the wound has started bleeding, we are going to apply in the same way. Definitely we are going to clean the wound with the water around the area, and then we are going to apply an antibiotic. Like this is the process that we are following. So the next step is the fourth point is that how we are going to put that gauze or a cotton roll that we are going to apply on that wounded place. Directly applying means like you are going to directly apply on wound, and then you need or require something sticky for this purpose. Definitely if you are not sticking that gauze, it will not be held in place. So you are going to directly apply on wound, and then you require or you need something sticky, and for this purpose you will use adhesive tape to keep the gauze or roll in place. But in emergency cases, because first aid means that you are giving an initial help or treatment, maybe in your first aid kit it is not available, then in emergency you can use any